What's up, guys? This is Jimmy Retro, and I just came back from an early showing of Aquaman, which is part of a move for Amazon members that are in the Prime service that they get to see the film a week early, which coincides with the current release of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Once Upon a Deadpool. I've yet to review those two, and so for those purposes, this is a quick review. I'll put the full review on a week later. Since this was so unexpected and expecting to see Into the Spider-Verse, but I'll push that on till later. So anyway, the premise of Aquaman is a mix of Origins and Spider-Man Homecoming into one movie. Well, it's not as bad as previous DC movies, namely Justice League, but it's still far from good. But it kind of could work out some kinks to make it better. The pacing was a bit slow. Character development was all over the place, and the soundtrack, some of it was good, but others, like mainly the Pitbull version of Africa, which got so much spite, needed a lot of improvement. But still, the movie was not bad all in all. I mean, it's not as good as Wonder Woman or any other Marvel movie by any chance, but it's getting there. I mean, it's a nice change of things, like especially given the hype of Avengers 4 Endgame, which those who predicted it, congratulations, you predicted it, no need to gloat. But yeah, and so it is. And if you're wondering why there's no video on the screen, well, that's because my hard drive is all busted. It's gonna take all the way till Christmas to get a new one. Ain't that the business? Well, enough about that. The plot is fairly simple. It's a mix of origin story with how he came to with worthiness. The plotline kind of follows a route from previous movies. I mean, I like it that they break away from standard Hollywood cliches like one of the parents dies to make him stronger and the beginning, and the villain, there's always a villain. On this one, there isn't. And spoilers, you'll have to watch the movie to see the fate of the parents. But to keep it fairly simple, Aquaman is a story of a troubled man who is born from two worlds, from the undersea of Atlantis and the surface world. And I struggle to cope with it, along with self-loathing for what he thinks he caused the undoing of his mother. Especially that there was a new king involved that wants to go to war, who turns out to be his half-brother. And so he goes on a journey of self-discovery and wordiness to tackle his issue and all. I mean, it's kind of predictable, yet it's not at the same time. I mean, the CGI was okay. They kind of overdid it a bit, especially when it involves the character swimming underground. However, it has a really good performances by Willem Dafoe, as some people know as the Green Goblin from the original Spider-Man after around the 2000s. Jason Momoa as Aquaman was okay. They kind of overdid it with the rock singles when in some fight scenes. I mean, it was okay, a couple of moments, but they kind of overdid on that too. And the training sequences were good. It has some bit of environmental tones and political backlash, like you see oil spills, plastic can holders, whales getting beached. I mean, so many undertones on that. Well, they did it just fine. I felt they could have expanded it a little better. I mean, it was all okay, all in all. As said, there's no spoilers in this one. It's just a quick review since I just got back and come tomorrow, I'm going to start reviewing Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, and in the middle of the week I'll be reviewing Once Upon a Deadpool. By next week, we'll expect a full review of Aquaman and stuff, but for now it's okay. And the director of Aquaman himself will take the blame if it screws up here. Well, considering I just opened in the UK this weekend, as well as China, and smashed records on both areas, and got a 70% score on Rotten Tomatoes for now, looks promising. But yet, for me, in my eyes, requires a rewatch just to get the whole gist. Partly because Amazon might be to blame. But anyway, that's it for now. For now, my score for Aquaman on the Retrometer is 69 out of 100. Making it the second best in DC movies since Man of Steel. Only after Wonder Woman by 23 points. But yeah, well, it's not a bad movie overall. For those who want to escape the Christmas shopping and hype of Infinity War Endgame, or into the Spider-Verse and want to do something better, well, then this is the film for you. Otherwise, just wait till more reviews start pouring in about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then make your decision. Well, until then, I'll see you guys next time.